So the Modern Warfare Alpha is not going your way. Finding yourself not coming out on top of as many 2v2 gunfights as you'd like. Maybe you're having a little bit of a tough time getting a handle on this game. Well, that's okay. I will say, first and foremost, I am not a controller player at heart. I'm a PC player, and this game has me a little bit more lost than Black Ops 4, but it's okay, because together, we're going to work through some of the ways that you can start finding yourself some more wins in the gunfight mode in this alpha with these 5 basic gunfight tips.
Yay!
Now, some of these might be a little bit common sense, but maybe you didn't know about it. In this game mode, and this game as a whole, there are 2 different types of sprint. You'll notice that you'll have a normal sprint, but if you hold down the sprint a little bit longer or double tap it quickly, you'll get yourself a double sprint where you move a little bit faster. Take a look at the side-by-side here. The left one, regular sprint. Right one, double sprint. You get there just a little bit extra fast. There were a lot of people that surprisingly didn't know this, whether I would be talking to them either through friends in Discord or if it were just by random people that I met online. Again, another little instance of this when it comes to pivotal spots. Maybe your opponents don't know about this yet. Otherwise, if they've watched this video, they now know about it. But you want to use this double sprint to get into some more inconspicuous spots faster than your opponents. A couple different times this has definitely paid off for me. Shotguns and pistols specifically, you want to get to that close range. Use this double sprint to get up and get in there. Make sure you're taking your opponents by surprise.
Meanwhile, back at Snidely's not-so-secret hideout.
One of the more controversial features that people are split upon in this Modern Warfare is the mounting mechanic, in which you can place your weapon down flat in front of you on a surface or next to you to help stabilize your shot. Now, I will say you're not nearly as stealthy as you think you are when you're mounted up, but it definitely does help for those long-range shots for certain types of weapons, and we'll go over when is best to use that. You'll see here in this example what it looks like when you're not mounted versus when you are. Big stabilization help. What a lot of people don't realize, though, is that, hey, not only can you mount standing up, but you can also crouch and also mount as well to help make you a little bit more sneaky. But the main question is, when do you want to use this mechanic? I find that with ARs with iron sights, like the AUG, the M4, and the AK, it becomes very, very useful at long range, and your opponents might not be able to plan up in time. LMGs also receive a pretty hefty bonus because of their wild recoil at long range. Now, you don't want to use this all the time. Only use this when you're trying to scope in somebody from long range, or when you have an idea as far as when somebody might peek.
Nice.
I'm too old for this shit.
Now, this is going to seem like a forehead statement, but you get a lethal and a tactical every single round that opens up. It even gives you a little warning sign when you try to use it too soon. But honest to God, use these things. They absolutely help. Even if it's a claymore, even if you don't know if someone's going to run into it, use your lethals and tacticals to either flush enemies out or obviously give you a marked advantage when it comes down to obviously damage, but also stun control, things of that nature. It's super, super crucial. Like right here, I'm not going to get the kill with this grenade, but it flushes this homie out of this green building, and I'm able to get the kill immediately after. Honestly, I'm not sure how that didn't kill him. It looked like it went right through that building completely. But even claymores, set these things up. I know it feels cheap, but trust me, they come in handy and they could potentially find you that kill that you're not expecting. Just use these. I'm telling you, it's absolutely worth it. Now, there are certain different types of ways that you can use different types of utility. Obviously, the stuns, flash, concussions, those are great as far as getting information for a round and also pushing for a kill when you know when somebody is while you have them crowd controlled. Beyond that, know what type of utility you're dealing with for your tacticals, because sometimes you'll have a stim shot, and if you're not using that, trust me, you're going to want that extra HP. And you also don't want to be caught when you're trying to throw a stun at somebody ends up becoming a smoke. Trust me, I've done that way too many times. Don't be afraid to use your utility in combination with one another either. Going from a stun straight into a grenade could sometimes give you that last win that you're looking for. So, moral of the story, use what you have available to you. Also note that sometimes you do get 2 frag grenades when you're on a pistol round. You want to use those too. If you can coordinate that with a teammate, you can isolate players pretty easily and give yourself an advantage that not only leads to kills, but likely also will lead to round wins. Use what you got. Use what your mama gave you. That's what they say, right?
Got him. I stunned him back right.
We're going to work on our communication.
Now, this might seem way too basic, but talk to your teammate.
There's one going up,
If you're
I
not
believe.
playing with a friend,
Yeah,
just
he's going
plug in
up.
the microphone.
I hit him
See
once
if your
on the
teammate
left.
has the mic that you can also communicate with, and give
The other one's on
yourself
me
some
down here.
basic callouts.
Ah, he killed
Now,
me.
I'm
He's
going to
going
let
back to
mostly the
respawn.
clips do the talking for me on this one, because sometimes people don't know how exactly to communicate. Of course, you want to be able to give your teammate information as far as where you're going to be positioned
Nice.
and where your direct opposite
One
opponent
push
is.
close right. He's on top. He jumped.
And if you can give out those position calls while also calling how you're rotating, or at least knowing
on the
when you're
left.
giving damage into players, or when you
Up top.
stun them or frag them, and when you even get a kill, or even when you're post-death, where you got killed
Got the guy on
from,
the right.
that little bit of information can absolutely help
got
your
naded.
teammates. Playing the game solo when it's meant for twos
Got him.
will 100% give you more losses than you likely deserve.
side, left
and when
side.
you find a way to
Funny.
coordinate like
I'm
this,
gonna nade him.
well, hey,
I stand him with
even
the side.
better. Your teammate calls out an opponent, you
I
throw a
missed.
stun at him, you get an easy flank,
the truck.
easy win, no
Nice.
problem.
What is the objective?
Shock and awe.
What is the objective?
Now, this last tip,
Yeah,
I'll tell you,
our
it's
back
kind of
there.
hard to
Play
put a
for OBJ.
definition on it, but it's good to know your situation and which game-winning
One push up in
objective
the
is
bottom,
worth
on the
going
bridge,
for.
on the bridge, on the bridge.
Obviously, the
We
first
traded.
one that most people are aware of
Right, last
comes
kill
down
was
to
back
just
left.
killing your opponent and being the last team available. But once there's time extended, the flag will open up in the middle, which will capture very, very rapidly, and that's a second win
under the
condition.
bridge, under the bridge.
The third would
Oh,
be
no.
if there is no one to capture the point,
Nice,
you
okay.
have to play for how much life is available, and if there is a tied life count between the two of you,
One
or
push
whoever
north side,
happens
push
to be
north side.
left, it will end up
blueprint.
ending in a draw. So it depends on which situations you want to play for. In the first two examples, you saw me
1v1.
play
He
for
has
the
AHP.
flag, and then you saw me play to contest the flag. This one, I'm here playing for my HP advantage. I'm 55-8. I know he's going to have to push me. I take the long peek, easy one tap. Now, something you may not have noticed is when there is a flag in overtime, you'll notice the little clock in the top middle portion of the screen. That will start to tick away until there is no more time left. If there's somebody on the point, that time clock will go all the way back up to full. So you can make little cheeky plays to bait the flag if you know you have a health pool advantage just by sitting a little bit further back. So now that you understand the three different objectives, it's really up to you to make the call of how you want to play it. Like in this situation, I don't have the health pool advantage in the 1v2. I bait the flag, it ends up panning out for me. A lot of things that I could talk about in specific, but I wanted to give you the 5 basic tips. Once you start putting all of those things together, you'll start to come up with a couple of rounds that start to look pretty decent. Again, your move speed, your mounting, your lethals and tacticals,
he's
how
weak. I
you
hit
work
him
with your
once.
teammate, and how you play the objective all turn into a successful, hopefully a successful, game of gunfight. And hopefully this helps a little bit, because I'll be honest with you, I had a really rough start to gunfight initially, mostly because the game mode is not something
stop
that I'm
left now.
familiar with as more of a casual-minded player. So hopefully these little tips definitely helped a little bit and give you a little bit more success in the W
one.
column. I'll be looking
have
to
the
do
life
more
advantage, though?
videos like this in the future when it comes to specific tips,
Just look for the
tricks, and
flag
other
here.
little hints that you might not know
Alright,
about.
where is it?
And again, hopefully
bottom
this
middle
leads
underneath
to
the
more
bridge.
W's, some more
He's
fun,
back
and
fan
hopefully
on
more
this
games
side.
turning up in your favor. I've been IHOLDSHIFT. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you're looking for more videos quite like this, make sure you hit the
hated him.
subscribe
On
button
point.
at the end, and I'll leave you guys with one more little
Nice,
clip
let's
just
go.
to kind of showcase the gunfight mode as a whole. Till the next one, hope you guys keep pulling it down. Later, bye-bye.
There's one at the garbage can too. He's pushing up down to your right. Never mind, that's not a garbage can. That's a piece of wood. It's under you, I believe. Nice. Nice. See, this is the kind of game you post to YouTube, dog. This is what you post.